Hey guys, it's Thor out here with another edition of This Week on Blu-ray and DVD, including on-demand and HD titles. Let's take a look at our first one, and Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe starring front and center in this one, and Shane Black's delightful comedy, The Nice Guys, and I liked that this was squarely R-rated as well, so something for the adults, and it's great to see these two guys share some chemistry on screen. A story set in Los Angeles in 1977, and there's a great Chinatown noir vibe to this movie, mixed with a lot of great comedy, and a freshly original story, and it basically centers around a down-on-his-luck private eye played by Gosling and a hired enforcer portrayed wonderfully by Crowe. They must work together to solve the case of a missing girl and a seemingly unrelated death of a porn star. During their investigation, though, they uncover a shocking conspiracy that reaches all the way up to the highest circles of power. One of my favorite things about this movie is how nuanced and understated their performances are. I mean, Gosling obviously providing a lot more of the comic relief with the slapstick, and Crowe kind of grounding it as the tough enforcer. But the movie was so well written in terms of the other characters. They all balanced each other out really well, and it had that great 70s vibe as well. So the production design, the costumes, and the music really fit the era. So this was a great movie if you're looking just for a great original story, not based on a book or a sequel or anything like that. Nice to see. And you know, these guys would make a hell of a sequel, speaking of which, or even a TV series. But really enjoyed this one. And there was a focus on family as well. The Blu-ray combo pack contains special features that include Always Bet on Black and Worst Detectives Ever, Making the Nice Guys. Don't miss that one. I really enjoyed it. All right, let's move on to the fantasy realm, The Huntsman Winters War. And this, of course, is the follow-up to Snow White and the Huntsman with Kristen Stewart. But you'll notice she is absent from this film as well, as we've got the spotlight clearly on Chris Hemsworth along with Charlize Theron and yes, of course, Emily Blunt and Jessica Chastain. So this one's all about the ladies, and it picks up, it's sort of a prequel of sorts to Snow White, and it has the Queen Ravenna, obviously Theron reprising her role, who betrays her good sister Freya, played by Emily Blunt, with an unforgivable act, freezing her heart to love and unleashing an icy power that she never knew she possessed. So a little bit of a Frozen kind of thing going on here. So Freya raises an army of huntsmen as her protectors, with the only rule that no two of them should ever fall in love, and that kind of goes by the wayside when you have Hemsworth and Sarah, it's played by Jessica Chastain. So I don't know, this movie, it didn't have the charm and the appeal of the first one, and it had a real reliance on the visual effects, which honestly weren't as strong as the other ones. So even though I dug the first Huntsman movie, the Snow White one, this one was a little bit of a waste of time. There was some good comic relief with a couple of the dwarves, which I enjoyed, but yeah, I didn't think I just thought that tonally it was so dark, and it didn't have that sense of adventure and spirit like the first one. There are some impressive Blu-ray exclusive featurettes, and this is also available on 4K Ultra HD, so it looks stunning in that respect. But you get one on Two Queens and Two Warriors, the complexity of the film's female roles, Meet the Dwarves, the importance of the dwarf characters in the movie, explores the visual effects of the film, a gag reel, and Dress to Kill, a little featurette on the costumes. But again, this one was a bit underwhelming. Let's move on. Something for the kids now, the Angry Birds movie, and this is jam-packed with bonus features, including deleted scenes, a piggy dance-along, and an all-new short, The Early Hatchling Gets the Worm. This thing catapulted to #1 at the box office, and it takes us to an island populated by happy flightless birds, and you know the Angry Birds, of course, that started off as a simple mobile app game, but now has turned into a multi-million-dollar franchise. In this paradise, you've got a bunch of other birds. Their island is visited by mysterious green piggies, and then it's up to the outcast to figure out what the pigs are up to in order to save their home. Loaded with celebrity vocal talents, including Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Sean Penn, Bill Hader, and Peter Dinklage. And as I mentioned, the Blu-ray special features are amazing. You've got all those other things I mentioned, as well as Blake Shelton's music video, Friends. You can put it in the symphony mode, which allows viewers to play the movie without all the squawking. Interesting stuff there. Yeah, there were some fun gags in this one, very inventive stuff. And you know what? It did have a little bit of heart and some great vocal talents, as I mentioned. All right, let's talk TV now for our last three titles. The Walking Dead returns with an astounding complete 6th season. This is incredible, pulse-pounding, many twists and turns, and it starts off with the safety of Alexandria shattered by multiple threats at different levels. And basically, to make it through, the people in Alexandria have to catch up to the hardness of the survivors in Rick's group, and then many of his people have to take a step back back from their violence and pragmatism that they've needed to embrace all along the way. So it's all about sort of taking different countermeasures and sort of changing perspectives, which was a big theme in season 6. You've got newcomers to the cast, including Merritt Weber, Ethan Embry, Corey Hawkins, and of course Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the villainous Negan. Don't miss the complete 6th season right now with audio commentaries, deleted scenes, 6 new features, and other great extras, including an anticipated alternate Negan scene. So there you go. And we'll continue on with the TV train, The Affair. Wow, sizzling up the small screen in season 2. I love season 1, and season 2 really busts out because it takes the story back home to New York, where murder, unsolved murder and betrayal exposed basically comes to you with the 12 stunning episodes as we get a shift in perspective. Obviously, in the first season, we had everything from the perspective of Dominic West's character Noah and Ruth Wilson Allison. But now with this murder investigation and the mystery surrounding it, we get a different perspective, and that is from Helen and Cole, played respectively by Maura Tierney, his wife, and Josh Jackson, who's at the other end of the relationship with Ruth Wilson. So I love what they did with changing the perspectives from all 4 members of the main cast now. And Maura Tierney, this is her breakout season. Just amazing work she's done here. And you see Richard Schiff there as the lawyer. You got some great cast additions. So it really looks at the complex family ties, the passionate betrayals, and the vengeful emotions that make up this complex story. So things really come together in season 2, and I like that it was so different from the first one. Gotta love that one. Great writing and excellent acting. And we'll leave you with this. He is back, baby. Get his boomstick. Ash vs. Evil Dead, the 10-episode half-hour series and the long-awaited follow-up to the classic Evil Dead series. This was produced by Sam Raimi, and it's Bruce Campbell reprising his iconic role as Ash. He spent the last 30 years avoiding responsibility, maturity, and terrors of the Evil Dead, but a deadite plague threatens to destroy all of mankind. He is finally forced to face his demons, personal and literal. And you've got a great cast here as well, including Lucy Lawless, Ray Santiago, and Dana DeLorenzo. A lot of fun. They worked out some of the kinks, I think, in season 1. They will be back with an explosive season 2, but it's worth the watch as well if you really grew up on the Evil Dead series. You loved Bruce Campbell in that character role, and just to see him back doing the lines with the chainsaw arm, I think are worth it alone. He's aging rather gracefully as well. A lot of good stuff in this one, a lot of slapstick, a lot of gore. It's all balanced really nicely. I like that they always were able to capture the tone of the humor mixed with the horror. You never know what's coming in Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's it, people. A jam-packed edition. We'll see you next week, and that wraps it up. Don't forget, you can catch me on Twitter at Thor, and we will see you soon on breakfasttelevision.ca.